Welcome to Promote, Profit, Publish. I'm your host, Juliette Clark, and today's guest is someone who's been here in the past, Shannon Procise. But before we get started, I want to remind you to go over and get your free subscription of Breakthrough Author Magazine, www.breakthroughauthormagazine.com. And if you don't want to opt into something, check out our LinkedIn newsletter. Our podcast is delivered straight into you every week. If you go over on LinkedIn and subscribe, you can find the post to subscribe on at www.breakthroughauthornewsletter.com. So Shannon, I'm so excited to have Shannon today. We're going to be talking about the Media Magic event coming up on January 19th and 20th, 2023. So just around the corner next month. And I think you'll really enjoy this conversation. Everyone who has gone to this event in the past has really enjoyed it. And even more, they've enjoyed the speakers, the people they meet, the collaboration. So I'm really excited to have you guys join it. If you want to grab a free ticket on me, go over to MediaMagicBootcamp.com and use the code MediaMagicGift. That should take the price from $500 down to $0. So it'll be a really good 2-day event, and I'm happy to pick up that ticket for you. Also, too, I would encourage you to upgrade. The upgrade, once you get that free ticket, is $125, and you get access to a whole host of mentors and some special sessions inside of there. And it really does help when you hear somebody speaking on stage to actually have time later on to ask questions and find out more about what they're up to. So once again, MediaMagicBootcamp.com, and that's January 19th and 20th, and the free gift code is MediaMagicGift. So for those of you who don't know Shannon Procise has successfully attained over $3.2 million in free publicity and is notorious in more ways than you'd want to know. No, she is notorious for being the owner of the $1 Million Rolodex. And I personally have been the beneficiary of that, because I'll mention, oh, I need this. And all of a sudden I have an introduction, which is just an amazing sort of friend to have. She also teaches others how to do the same. So really how to network, how to build community. She has trained and coached thousands of individuals in marketing, event production, business development, and personal growth. Shannon is the creator of a magnetic community, the Business Acceleration Network, where she guides businesses to build a successful enterprise while having fun and making lots of money. So who doesn't want that? So stand by for our interview with Shannon. Shannon, I'm so excited to talk to you, even though I talk to you all the time.
Me too. I love working with you, Juliette.
I know. I love working with you too. So I am super excited about Media Magic, because I don't know of any other place where you can go and in less than 48 hours, your expert power bio is done. I mean, basically your press kit is done. So talk a little bit about what we're going to do at this event, because it's not just everybody standing on stage and here, do this, this, and that. The mentors are actually going to help you develop this, right?
Absolutely. Yes. So the minute they sign up, Juliette, we give everybody the 13 steps for their expert power bio. And so before they come, ideally, they just want to answer the questions. And when they show up, as you mentioned, and we're so grateful, Juliette, to have you as one of our mentors and a keynote presenter. As we're going through this is a working session. This is hands-on. This is a time where you can, say, hey, I need help with this, or I want feedback on this, and have marketing experts, sales experts, copywriting experts, best-selling experts such as yourself, actually get into a room and work with you one-on-one to move towards getting that completed.
Yeah. So I'm excited too about Eli Delaney being there. We had him on the show a couple weeks ago, and he is so good at that follow-up component which I'm going to be talking a little bit about at the event with the funnel, sort of the funnel magic that we're going to be doing. But that follow-up is a piece that people get really shy about. So I'm really excited about him being on and talking about all his web techniques and how he does this.
And the automation, when I first heard Eli speak at another event, some of the tips and tools and strategies that I saw him do, I was like, oh my gosh, this just saved me 10 minutes. This just saved me, I don't know how many hours. And I love that he is tagged as the people whisperer, because he really has this way of focusing on relationships that get results.
Yeah, he really does. What I love about what he's doing too is, and I can't do it with my calendar. It drives me crazy because I have Visita. Is all those things he does on the calendar. I went back after I talked to him because I remember the first time he talked about it, I was like, that's exciting. And I actually met him at Ken Krell's event. We were both speakers there. So way before I met him through you, but every time he says that about the calendar, but I don't want to change calendars. So
yeah. Yeah. Well, and what was so beautiful is, like, he came last year. You were a keynote last year. I just love having you as a speaker because you give people real actionable steps. And then, like, you give gifts and giveaways that keep them going and learning and really, really thriving last year. So it was so beautiful to have you as a keynote. And he came and mentored. We have a ton of mentors that come there and serve. And we got such great feedback on what he's doing, and requests for his topic this year to be able to do that.
Oh, good. So some things we're going to be doing there. I love the Meet the Media and Reporters, because we are talking a lot about, you need that training. Jackie Jordan is working. She's just developed a whole bunch of courses on media training. And while you're doing the how to get picked up, when you're on TV, it's not like you're not going there to talk about your book. You have to have some training so you're polished and there is an expert. And what people don't understand is, you've got a very limited amount of time to get your message out. So talk a little bit about the, Meet the Media Reporters and Outlets, because I think that's exciting too.
So the media panel, this is one of our favorite, and this is an opportunity to ask them key questions, ask them, hear from them directly. Like, we're guiding you, we're giving you input, but they really go into the nuts and bolts of the do's and the don'ts. And there's a large list of don'ts that a lot of us don't know unless you've been in the field, like Jackie Jordan, who's on Wikipedia. And I mean, it's such an honor to have somebody like that has all this wisdom and experience. In addition to, you get direct connection with them. They're there. Many of them are running a mastermind table. The VIPs and elites actually get to join us for lunch. General admission, we say, see you back here in an hour and a half. And so you get to pick their brain, even one-on-one, on your project and what you're doing. So the media panel is one of my favorite. You hear the do's and don'ts. They give you the contact information on exactly how to pitch your story and what to do and what they're looking for. So by the time you're done, you have that exact protocol to get results.
Yeah. And I know with Jackie, with the hardest part for the clients that are working with her are the sound bites. Like they don't just book you, they put out an order. This is what we're looking for. And your soundbite can be the make it or break it. And I know for Leslie Michaels, she just had an opportunity with MSNBC, and, one of the biggest well-known people at the Washington Post beat her out. And, that's somebody that's really experienced at this in a way that you have to learn to be.
Exactly.
I'm not shocked. I'm not going to say who the big name was, but it was big. Like, everybody would know who she was. So, okay. We're also going to be working on the 60-second magnetic introduction. And I wrote a whole book called Pitch Slapped. So you have to be able to do this in a way that people don't feel slimed when you're done.
Exactly. And this is another part of the event that people love, because not only do we practice your pitch and help you master your pitch, but you get to deliver your pitch in small groups. And so you
Mhm.
get direct feedback, and people even get business. They get to meet
Do they?
prospects and clients and potential affiliates or salespeople. So we do this both days, and we have the mentors help with this piece. But really, that, as you said, Juliet, can be that, it's that faucet. You get your language right, you can really attract the people that you want.
I'm actually not surprised, because I think I told you, I haven't told my audience the story of if I was part of a program before I started my group program, and I literally perfected my pitch, and everyone I practiced it on said, I want to buy that, and gave me a credit card.
I know.
So I went through and I filled an entire program, probably not as ethical as it should have been from somebody else's program, but it was one of those things where they taught us how to pitch, and I did a really good job, and I filled a whole program.
We want people to do business there. That's
Just,
part of why we do it this way, because we want you to get to know everybody that's there. We want them to know who you are and get that feedback. You'll know when you're in the small group whether what you're saying works or doesn't because of that.
yeah. And the cool thing too was, as part of that, I got to test. Like, I sold the first one for 2,000. I was like, that seemed a little easy. The next person, it was 2,500. Then, so it was like, well, that was still too easy. So I got to play with my pricing a little bit, which is the hardest part for entrepreneurs, I think. So the Expert Power Bio system is just incredible. So it sounds like when you sign up, I know you do these great webinars in advance of it. Is that going to be one of those that's in advance again, where they get the materials and they're able to go through it on the call with you?
Yeah, absolutely, Juliet. And they get, when they sign up, they get the template, and they get an audio training. So they get our whole toolkit that we sell now as part of that program to help them get prepped if for some reason they couldn't make the webinar, to be able to do that.
Yeah. So, and lastly, the press templates and the sample. So you and I do a lot of press releases together, and but there is a do it yourself, and you kind of go through that with everybody at the event too, right?
Yeah. So just to highlight what you and I do, people work with you for bestseller campaigns, getting their books out there in a bigger way. And so you have special pricing to a syndication service. And so in this, what we love about it is that we can put in hyperlinks, videos. There's a lot that we can do with a paid service. In this program, we're teaching you how to get free publicity. And we're going to talk about both. You're going to know both. You're going to understand both. But this is how to get free publicity, where there's a lot different rules to be able to do that. But I've been able to garner, personally for me, millions of dollars in publicity using this system. When the media gets your press release, they can't help but look at it, because it's not anything that they've seen before. And you don't have to be a good writer. You don't, I mean, you need to run it through Grammarly and that, but you don't have to be a copywriter like you are, Juliet. Anybody can do this and learn this skill. And this system is designed to where you get an interview when they see this format, and you get those key title, key point. They're going to look at it, and this is where they get inspired to want to learn more and interview you, and then they end up writing and telling the story.
Yes, yes. And one of the things that Shannon does that's different with the press releases are the videos. And we actually did an entire presentation for Dream Sculpt, where Jared Rosen puts together the video book trailers. And one of the stats that stood out, well, two of them actually, is that 59% of CEOs, when they go through press releases, they don't even read the press release. They go straight to the video. So they want to see that 1 to 2 minute, they're busy people, tell me what I need to know. So that is a real benefit of working with Shannon on these. Also, the second thing was 85% of what is on the internet that is engaging is video. So
Mhm.
it is really important. And you're one of the few people I know who not only writes it, but we attach the video to it as well. And for you guys who don't know that, Shannon promises, I think you promised 400 pickups. Is that
Yep.
correct?
Guaranteed.
Yeah, we typically get between 550 and 600. And
Mhm.
I have to believe it's because of that video
Mhm.
on
Yeah,
it.
and a lot of the videos get thousands of, get
Thousands of
anywhere from
views.
500 to 1,000 views. Yeah.
Which is really awesome because we have it connected to YouTube, and Shannon helps you spice up that YouTube. It's like the show notes on a podcast. You need the show notes basically on
Yep.
that video, and Shannon helps you get that spruced up. And nothing says, look, I have a video channel on YouTube, like, oh, look, we have thousands of views, because so many of those videos get 0 views.
Yep.
So yeah, it's really interesting. So what else do we need to know about this event?
Well, right now, I definitely strongly encourage people to look at the Elite and the VIP package, because the Elite actually includes the syndication service. So you are able to get everything that Juliet we were talking about, which is awesome, where we'll help write the story, we'll syndicate the story, you get a full report, guaranteed, which is powerful. Then with that, it includes the VIP, and the VIP is where you get that luncheon I mentioned. And so the lunch both days, you get to pick who you want to eat with and break bread with. And then at the end of the day, we do our VIP and Elite collaboration hot seat. And so this, I have to say, was another part of the event where people loved it. It's, you get to share, hey, this is what I'm working on. And then all of the mentors pour in and focus on your objective, your goal, or it could be a challenge. And then after the event, with both of those packages, you get a one-on-one session with a mentor of your choice. So there's so many perks when you look at those added value that's there, that definitely take a look. I mean, no matter what, come. And I do have to tell you, some people, Juliet, they say, oh, well, I gonna book some appointments that day, or I'm gonna listen in. This is not a listen in event. Like there were people that once they got in here, they go, oh, this is not a normal event. they had to go back and change and block and do things. We're taking you on a journey, and this is a working event where literally, like we said, you can say, hey, I need help with this. And we put you in a room with somebody that could be anywhere from 500 to $2,000 to get their time and be able to work with them as a consultant. And so you really want to give yourself that gift of being present as much as possible, because you will get to meet everybody. You will really, it's a high energy, high activity event.
And lots of networking. I've met tons of people through these workshops. So you guys go over to MediaMagicBootcamp.com and use the code MediaMagicGift. That's going to take, it's a $500 ticket. That's going to take it down to 0 for you if you missed this at the beginning in the intro. And I highly recommend that you upgrade, because you just got the ticket for free. So spend the $125 and get all of those extras when you upgrade to some of those other packages. So anybody, if they have problems, how can they get a hold of you to say, hey, I need help?
Support me. Yeah, you can reach out to support@shannonprocise.com, PROCISE, or you can always call our office, 321-549-2128. And you can reach me, Juliet, at meetshannon.com. All the social media, book time, everything's right there at meetshannon.com. And do you care, Juliet? I want to share what we do syndication so they can really see the special package that you do, because you work with so many wonderful authors that you've already pre-set up volume discounts and things like that. So if you go to shannonprocise.com/super brand, you can see the incredible offering that Juliet does with her clients with the PR syndication, and how we both get to work with you.
Yeah. And you know what? It is exciting because just explaining a little bit about what I do in this process is that I am basically the messaging fulfillment house. Because if I let you authors, no offense, kids, but if I let you authors go off on your own, you're going to have 100 different messages. So you meet with me first. We understand the messaging of your book, which carries through the publishing and the other things, the bestseller campaigns. But I do the initial work, and then Shannon comes in and gets the finer details. She knows those questions to ask and what the press release people are looking for. So I'm sort of that, let's get the message in place, and then she takes it into detail and makes it all happen in the writing.
Yeah. And I look at not just the story. What's so powerful about what we do together is we also look at the funnel and the process and the journey and how to grow your business with this, because you do get those 3 links. You do get, this visibility that's really powerful. So I love when Juliet shows up, I'm just like, this is awesome, because Juliet has a way of finding those gems that sometimes we're blind to, right? Like we're so close to things and we might be excited about something else, but Juliet has this gift, because she's had an ad agency and many other things in her background, to find out what is going to help generate sales and what does the reader want. And so it's a powerful gift. Then Juliet, I forgot to mention, you get all those logos. Fox, ABC, NBC.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
From the
now
press release.
now you really stand out.
Yeah, you definitely do. Well, Shannon, thank you so much for being here today. And you guys, all of you, MediaMagicBootcamp.com, use the code Media Magic Gift and upgrade. It's only $125. You can't beat it.
Thank you, Juliet. Hope to see you
Thanks.
there.